Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So, you ever hear whenever things happen in the community, you hear things like, "Oh my gosh, we need some community centers. Oh my gosh, we need jobs. Oh my gosh, stop the violence, put the guns down." Yeah. We always hear that. You can set your watch by it. Newsflash, they're not worried about you. No, they're not. They are not worried about you. And I mean my lovely community. As I've discussed before on the channel, there are cultures within cultures. Yeah, some people who want to build, like I showed, that young black girls are doing quite well in STEM. So now you have smaller groups. There was a young black man, I believe, in Philadelphia, teaching young boys about stem cells, small groups. Look at the kids in that video. Look at the children in that video. Decent, middle class looking kids, even if they're middle class, obviously well behaved, respectful. One had a question, he raised his hands. But let's talk about what's happening: the high unemployment, the high crime, the fatherless homes. The powers that be that we respect in our community, the churches, the politicians, notice no one is saying, hey, not only get to holler when maybe a grocery store closes due to high crime, which again, I know maybe everyone doesn't understand business. I'm not the maven of it, but a business has to show profit. You know what I mean? They got to show profit. They have to make some money. So let's see. They can't survive if every time you look up, they're being robbed. I mean, just facts. Because that business has overhead, the building, the salaries, the insurance, inventory. So yeah, they kind of have to make money. And if the theft is causing a major dent, it's going to close down. They are not worried about you, and I'm including myself too. Let's discuss why. They already know what you're going to do. They already know. No one's worried about the BC. It's going to what? Do what it do. What about jobs and stuff? Instead of hot about it, where's the activity? I said before, when they shut down that lawsuit, Edward Blum, about the Fearless Group, some people really thought in the community, and I said that based on conversations, you thought it was just them on there. No, you didn't get it. They're not worried about you because you know why? When a person has inferior thinking, or if you are too lazy to think, you're not a threat. It's just like the video I did, do the comparison. And I appreciate people like different things. I totally get it. But it's just like I did the video about when they see you, they see money, they see dollar signs. Um, and I talked about how that company, and that was a real life event. That's why they did the movie. This is maybe over 30 years ago, real life event. How that company, they already sell life insurance and burial plans, but when it comes to the black community, that man sat up there, an architect in his mind, and he literally came up with a whole new policy to only market to black people. He literally targeted that policy to the Black National Convention. Why? That was his targeted audience. He marketed to them. And then once they bought it, need to use it. Oh, it doesn't cover this, doesn't cover that. And he projected $1.2 billion. That video, of course, is going to get less views than a black woman facing eviction. Why? Because the eviction is our real life story. That right there, it's going to get less views. But I did it anyway. I know that because I know someone needs to hear it. What's the whole point? The point is you can get yourself so low at the bottom, then so stressed out, just scratching to survive, as they said on Good Times, that we don't, there are systems in place. And when you have a system in poverty, child, you're so busy just trying to make it. Oh, she getting evicted. Maybe what happened? What can I learn from that? But when it comes to things to see a video like that, how certain people are planning, what was the projection? 1.2 billion, and the black church got a $200,000. Yeah, that sounds really great. The math ain't mathing. That video will get less views because guess what? That's more about information and systems. And you can be so at the bottom, you don't have time to understand systems. You're trying to understand how to pay that light bill next week. And if you don't understand systems, these folk have systems in place. We're not willing to listen and learn. Guess what? You're gonna always stay at the bottom. That's why they're not worried about us. This is the biggest threat to its own. They're not worried about you, us, this community. They'll watch it fall on its own demise. It'll be its own undoing. We like popcorn knowledge. You think that man that came up with that on that video, that policy to cater to mainly black people, why couldn't he sell the policy that he sold to white people? Just sell the same policy. No, he's gonna sell something cheaper, and we all cheap, cheap, cheap. He's gonna sell something way, way cheaper. And then when he sells it cheaper, it's gonna do less. So therefore, it's not gonna be like an inheritance. It's not gonna be a come up. You still gonna be behind the eight ball. Then what the heck you buy the bootleg policy for? You think that man operates on popcorn knowledge? No. He just said, well, I'm too tired. $1.2 billion. Set up there a whole different policy for the BC. But that we don't want to hear, and I'm here to tell you that's the problem. But I get it. That's the problem. That video is not exciting. It's still drama in it, and that's it. We have been conditioned so down at the bottom, we want to hear about some drama, and it ain't no twerking and no excitement and no something major going on. That's boring. That's the problem right there, popcorn knowledge, and that's why popcorn knowledge has so many in the poverty. That's the problem right there. There was a conversation, and I think which is a different video. I think he heard a black person say this, about, oh yeah, get the kids to learning and make it exciting and interesting and, dancing and all that. And yay, and A, and B, and C, and D. Where's my E? Hey. Yeah, that may be fun for kids, but in the real world, honey, that doesn't work. If you can only learn by making entertainment, you got a problem. You've got a major problem. You think somebody's up in a boardroom going, okay, and these projections are going to be 1.2 B. What the hell are you talking about? If you can only learn based on a rhyme and entertainment, they're not worried about you because I'm sorry, you're already defeated. You think somebody going to college, are they doing a rhyme and sliding down the aisle to make you learn? What the hell are you talking about? The real world doesn't work like that. What you gonna do? Go to corporate America? Open up a business? Hey, we open and twerk. What the hell are you talking about? If that's the mindset, and if that's the only way that some of our kids are taught to learn, we got a serious problem. That's why the group is at the bottom. They're not worried about you. We're not worried. We went to a place this weekend, and it was closed. I said, well, hey, where are the museums? And I should have just stuck at art gallery, and then it's like, oh, here's a museum in the city, and I don't need to hear about a slave ship, honey. We already know. I'm like, all this, I get it's depressing, but what else is there? And I thought about it. I said, okay, so I said, here's my issue though. And this doesn't interest me. I mean, I've seen enough of it. Here's the bigger play. Why is it that we see this and we know this, but keep falling for the okie doke? If you know that most kids are born into a fatherless home, end up highly incarcerated, why would you keep creating that? Why we keep choosing a bad boy? He in and out of jail, getting somebody pregnant, different women. And some of the kids might follow the very same thing. Why we keep creating that? And then he's in jail too. You know why? We don't want to listen. We don't want to have a hard conversations. If you know that down the block it's a speed trap, why would you go down there speeding? It's a speed trap. Never give the enemy what they want. They want your money. You're going to keep on going down there. You done raked up 3 tickets like a fool. Paid the tickets, now the insurance done. Why would you do that? There are systems in place. The speed trap is there so they can trap you and get some money for the city. Then make the insurance go up. Everybody getting paid off for you and they don't look like you. Surprise. Systems in place. We have a system where we don't want to have accountability. We have a system where we can be doing it all wrong, but you can't tell them nothing. We're going to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. They are not worried about you because guess what? They know the outcome. They know you better than you know yourselves. They're not worried about you. Not a threat. And to prove it, what are the politicians saying to do for the BC, for the Black community? It's enough for us to sit up here and have a grocery store and keep it open without it being robbed 24/7. Grand opening, grand closing. They're not worried about you because there is a system. It's a capitalist society. A lot of our people are operating on TDG, the tear down group. Everything got to be around some fun. Is it fun when that eviction man started knocking? Is that fun? Car repossessing? Now sitting up here to just try to eat and off each other. Just scratching to survive. They're not worried about you. You're not a threat. Why? Because time and time again, we've proven what we're going to do. The Black man gets someone, they're not worried about you. He's going to go ahead and give it to Becky, more than likely a non-Black community. That's what he does. They're not worried about you. Black women, oh, me and my children, see the poverty D. They're not worried about you because they know hard times comes, and guess what? It took 2 to create the children, but guess what? It's going to be that one that's going to have to figure out where the kids are going to eat and sleep. You're not a threat. You're too preoccupied with just trying to survive. You and your kids, where we going to stay? The fearless group. Oh, they're worried about those Black women. That's why they went ahead. The men filed the lawsuit. They know a threat when they see it. They're not worried about this community as a whole. Then they're going to go ahead and fill up the prison systems, and then they'll buy stock in it and get paid. Yeah. The feelers for those Black women, venture capitalists, for Black women-owned businesses, they're worried about them while they see the threat. They nip this in the bud. They're not worried about this community because guess what? They already know what the community, what the people are going to do in circumstances. Get you so hard on that hamster wheel. Now people that's trying to survive can't even get on the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel is pretty much the job. Just work, 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 work. Okay, then you charge enough stuff here and have a little fun. Then work, 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 work to pay that off and then regular bills. Listen, it's so bad now they're knocking us all off the hamster wheel. Black, white, whatever nationality, Americans. These jobs are laying off. They're shutting down and they're not rehiring. They're not worried about the people. Why? Because I already know your only way to go is going to be more than likely just down. More poverty, more homelessness. And then when that strikes, you might really see what control looks like. Popcorn knowledge. Gonna just keep popping into poverty. A video on systems, things that they're not worried about you. There was a video of Richard Manson. Okay. And this video, my gosh, it looked really old. He did that some kind of killing, I think in the 60s. There was an actress named Sharon Tate. They got into the house, killed her and the other people that were there visiting that weekend. And so it was like a cult thing, and they went to jail. Richard Manson made a comment. I saw a video about Black people, and I said, wow, this video is like, oh, like super, super old. Let me go ahead and try and play it if I can. It's Charles Manson. It's called the Charles Manson interview. Okay, the Charles Manson interview, he explains his what? Sign swastika. But I'm not here for that.
And you changed it now to a swastika. No, I never
Let's
changed.
see.
Ask you a question. Remember you had an ex years ago and you changed it now to a. Can I ask you a question? Remember you had an ex years ago and you changed it now to a swastika. No, I never changed. It's been the same thing all the way along. Was it always an ex? No, it never was. What's it stand for? It stands for whatever I mean it to stand.
Okay.
No, that was your newspapers that gave you that. What does it stand for you? It stands for many things. United States flag of America. The swastika.
Nah, buddy.
Japanese flag. The house has always had a symbol. And that's your symbol? That's mine. Communism, and I didn't want to put an anti-thermal that sign from.
Okay, so I've got two here, my mistake. And he spoke on African American people. And he made a statement.
Since the whole thing's always been.
He made a statement. Yeah, I've got two here. He made a statement and he said, he made a statement about black people and about white people. And when it came to black people, he made a statement that, yeah, because they know you, speaking of white people, saying that they knew black people more than we knew ourselves. And what I think he meant by that is basically the mindset. So if you study someone and you know the mindset, think about it. You know the mindset. Oh, you see how that person is. Here it is. Correction. The video is called Charles Manson on Black People. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Yeah. In case you want to check it out, it's called Charles Manson on Black People. Now, here's what he says. Some may be offended. If you don't like Charles Manson, you're offended by it, then you may want to go ahead and check out. Pause. But listen to this.
I hate you first. You're the first line I hate. I hate all white people. White people are rotten, and black people are just like them. Because you've made them exactly like you. They walk like you, they talk like you, everything they do is like you. They want to be you so much. They love your woman more than you do. They know your mind better than you.
You hear what he said? So he said he says white people are rotten and black people are rotten just like them because you made them like you. He said they want to be you, saying white people want to be black people. That's his opinion. They want to be you. He says, listen to this. Again, this is very old. Oh my God, it's like super old. So it's called Charles Manson on Black People. Let me try to play it again.
White people are rotten, and black people are just like them. Because you've made them exactly like you. They walk like you, they talk like you, everything they do is like you. They want to be you so much. They love your woman more than you do.
Wow.
They know your mind better than you. They wear your clothes. They even learn to wear your shoes.
He said they know your mind better than you do. They love your woman better than you do. That's what he said about black people. They know your mind better than you do.
So much. They love your woman more than you.
He said they love your woman more than you. I wonder who sits up here talking about black men being homeless and going to be off the, Section 8 program. What group of men rejoices? Happy to hear about that. Oh, they just love it. Huh.
So much. They love your woman more than you do. They know your mind better than you.
They know your mind better than you. They know your mind better than you. We've gone from this. This was yesteryear. We don't want that. All that boring. Look at that. Ain't nobody twerking. They are not worried about you. And I'm speaking about us as a collective. Why? They know you.
They love your woman more than you do. They know your mind better than you.
I consider Richard Manson. I'm sorry. Why am I saying Richard? Charles Manson. Charles Manson. This man is old. Is he still alive? Not sure. But Charles Manson on black people, they know your mind better than you do. And this video, man, this video is like super, super old. Oh my gosh. It's way old. That's why they're not worried they're not worried about this group. Yes, the mindset. Oh, so basically you do the best learning by jumping and being entertained. So you got a system, but the system isn't working. But we still gonna do it. Oh, we still. Okay, gotcha. We're still gonna do it. Okay, so Charles Manson, as a matter of fact, he died November 19, 2017. Okay, so born November 12, 1934, died November 19, 2017. So this video looks like it's between maybe the 60s and the 70s. And you think they're worried about you? They're not. They already know the trajectory. When the economy gets bad, they already know what's going to happen. The economy is going to get bad, and they already know what's going to happen. There's just going to be more homelessness. Last tired, first fired. Make everybody rich but you. They already know what's going to happen. They're not worried about us. They're not worried about us at all. Not the majority. Don't you find it funny? No one's attacking the fatherless home and saying, "Hey, we got to go ahead and do something." No one's doing that, attacking the fatherless homes on a grand scale to say, "Hey, we got to do something about these guys." No, it's going to create a lot of children, a lot more poverty, and then the black people that's positive for those kids will be robbing and killing them out. So yeah, but they attack the Fearless Fund. Why? They know the mindset of that particular black person in black culture. That's the threat. This on the screen is not. It might be a threat to a black man, open up a business, might get robbed and all of that. This on the screen is not a threat. And if they want to pick up that threat, they can just roll through there and do what they want to do. All that's going to happen is they did this and that, and what have to be doing that. It's some hollering and all of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A hollering and some screaming. They'll do it again. They're not worried about you. Why should they? We can't even have a difference of opinion. They're not worried about this group, and why should they? Because they know the group is not really worried about themselves. Where's all the condemnation when a black person, male or female, has a business and they get robbed? You may find a few flowers and all that. Where's the condemnation for that? It happens every day. But shoot up a criminal or something happens to a criminal, oh, we want to get with it. Why aren't the politicians and the preachers and the one you listen to, why aren't they addressing the issues that we need to get back to this? We need to understand why. That's why there are cultures within cultures. And that, to me, in my opinion, that's why a lot of people that are doing things in the cultures, doing things positive, they're not trying to go back and go from this and go back and pick up this. It's not worth it. Why? Black people trying to achieve things in the culture, going business wise, positive, trying to do something with their lives. They're not worried about this on the screen or the baby mama. They're not worried about, well, she chose the seat of poverty D. They're not worried. What is she gonna? They're not worried about you, baby. They're not. Because you the reason the block gets hot. You in the seat of poverty D. So then in the mindset, this thing is, we don't understand systems and we keep on playing with these systems, doing the same old thing over and over again. Now it's harder to survive. Everything Dr. Clark Anderson said was true. You're going to be left to beg, borrow, steal. Every time you look up somebody stealing something, can't keep a damn grocery store. They done stole that, now I got to close up. Then we hollering racism, which could be a factor, but you don't understand it. They can't operate it. They can't open up a business and you just start grabbing stuff and then just moving on. Dr. Clark Anderson said you're gonna have to be left to beg, borrow, steal. So we got the stealing down. Got the borrow. What old girl said in the video? She's borrowed money from family members, can't borrow anymore. She done burned her bridge. Why? Because you can't pay it back. And we sure got the begging down every time something happened. Look at all the videos begging about money from the subscribers for their rent. Or people want to go big on YouTube begging for some money. Got that part down. Dr. Clark Anderson already talked about that. But see, we don't want to hear that. It's about systems, and I got to think, and oh, you're not making this fun. So they're not worried about you, and I mean myself included. Why? They already know how we operate, not a threat.
So much. They love you more than you do. They know your mind better than you.
They know your mind better than you. And that is how that man came up with that bootleg policy only to cater to black people. They get 1.2 billion. The black church gets $200,000. And see, that video will not get a lot of, what do you call this, a lot of traction on it, but that's okay. But see, my point is that might be kind of our problem. We want everything to be about some entertainment and fun. Where has it gotten us? You think life works on fun, entertainment, drama. If it's not that, we don't want to hear it. As they say, we're like children. So you think a child is a threat to somebody who knows how to run a business, who knows how to make money, who knows how to run that boardroom? Are you kidding me? You're a child. That is why they're not worried about this group. Well, guess what? The sad thing is we're not either, because you know what? If we were, we'd do something different. So yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, and I don't see a whole lot of cheer. They're not worried about you and me. They're not worried about you. Why? They know the mindset of the community, and they know this community is going to do what they always do. And look around at it as a whole. And don't try to put, well, I know one community is middle class. That's one out of how many? Those people have systems in place, and so do we. That's why they're not worried about you. Black unemployment, we've been hearing about this for decades. If other people that build things and systems, if they can't get it, they can't get employment, gainful employment, and hold on to it. Well, what do you think about this group? Gonna be starved out. But again, hey, who cares? We're not worried about it. No, and they aren't either. So they're not worried about you. Speaking of us as a whole, because they know the BC is gonna do. It's gonna do what it do. And I'm out.